Less than 5% of men are considered high-value men by more than 80% of women. I feel like this is just something that someone's made up.
Most men find most women to be at least somewhat attractive. In contrast, women on average view 80% of men as below average in attractiveness. Another study found that on the dating app Tinder, men liked more than 60% of the female profiles they viewed, while women liked only 4.5% of male profiles. I didn't realize that 80% of men as below average. That's quite off.
It is, because, you would think like 50%, right? It's sort of like 50% above and 50% below, but to have 80% rated below is pretty grim.
Because of the increased risk women carry, they tend to be choosier about their partners. In contrast, men are less discerning. Studies of online dating, for example, find that most men find most women to be at least somewhat attractive. In contrast,
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for being here to see another one of my videos. I had to stop a little bit because something happened with my channel, so I had to reset before I put out another video. That's why I think one of my videos is being held back with views right now. But hey, it's okay. It's part of the territory. Today's video is going to be about this woman saying that, is this stuff all made up? That 80% of women go after 5 or 10% of men. Now, I do agree with one thing here, that you have to be careful with looking at online life and what's going on in real life. And then if real life compares to online life, then you have to look at yourself to see certain things. Now, a real telltale, even though this is partly real life and partly online life, is dating apps. And why is dating apps a foot into both worlds? Because real people get on dating apps and they pick what they like. Now, when women go on dating apps, they judge men by the same way that men generally judge women, by how you look. And it shows that under those circumstances, women can be just as superficial, especially when it comes to the height thing. Even though you can't see a person's height on the dating app, I will agree that men will lie on their height on there, but hey, women will lie on their weight. They'll take pictures of only their neck up, or they'll use filters. I know women that if you look at their online picture, you'd be like, wow, she is smoking. But in real life, she doesn't look like that. That is a lie. Okay, so this is why I say both men and women lie about different things. It's just that women don't get called out on the things that they lie about. And the things that they tend to lie about is how good they look, even though some of them really are attractive, but how good they look, how good a person they are, how virtuous they are, how kind or a good person they are, or about their weight, which that can go along with how they look. Men will tend to lie about their status, how much money they have, the car that they are driving, how good they are living, their lifestyle, that type of stuff there. I will say in that way, both men and women be catfishing each other. And when both are doing it, I'm like, hey, everything's all fair. But getting back to what this video is totally about, this woman here, and lots of women, will disagree with that take. I'll agree to a certain degree that she could be right in her everyday life, but see, There's a reason for that. And first, let me share this clip right here from HOMAF, and then I'll be right back.
Less than 5% of men are considered high value men by more than 80% of women. I feel like this is just something that someone's made up.
Yes, it was you. You made it up by treating men like that.
I get that there are many people out there who look for a relationship based on appearance or based on financial status. I get that.
Yes, all of them. Everyone considers those things important.
But I don't believe that, there is this 5% of men that are considered high value because of their financial status or because of their looks.
Well, it's not a belief thing. Look at dating app results. Men are fair to women they don't know, and women are not.
So I'd love to know where this comes from.
It comes from women's choices.
I want to say that, there are many women out there that aren't looking for a man purely based on looks or financial status.
Yeah, all of them. It's one part of the equation. Finance is here and looks is here, and then this is how you treat her, and this is your reputation.
And if you are a man that's only finding those type of women, then perhaps it is time to look at how you're showing up.
Classic argument. It must be your fault for attracting them. You're a garbage magnet.
So that you can attract a woman that is looking for more.
This is the dumbest, most insulting thing to tell men. You're saying if you're finding women who are only looking for this, it's because you're bad and you need to work on yourself so you can find women who are looking for finer things.
I swear, this man has a way of breaking things down. And I see what she is saying. But see, the thing is, though, I'm assuming either she's married or she hasn't really been on dating apps like that. Or maybe she lives in a community that she meets most of her people from friends to friends or walking around. This is the only way to bypass this dating app thing. But bear in mind, a lot of people are on dating apps. But for the average guy, the good dude, to get past this particular thing of how women are picking on the superficial side, you have to meet her, get to know her, and see, that's the thing. Men can't really approach women like they used to because you're getting some women saying, don't approach me, leave me alone. Then you're getting some women that say, do approach me. Also, you have men that might have been, we're hearing two different messages, but maybe we had bad experience approaching a woman and we choose not to really approach them. So the safest way usually to meet women these days are either in a work environment, a classroom environment that you are around a woman every day. That is the only way you can get past the total superficial thing. The only thing though is you still don't want her to settle on you. If she's falling over some guy that she really wants, whether it's online or off, and she settles on you, you're not going to get the best version of her. Now, maybe you will at the very beginning because maybe she's sad or she needs somebody to pick her up or something. But once she gets over that, or if the guy that she really wants gives her attention, then she's going to probably lean that way. This is where we get that thing is most people are only as faithful as the options that they have. One thing that I will disagree with, not all women go for the financial status or the good looks or the height. I've seen women that, now of course though, they could be selling, but I do believe there are some women that really don't go by total physical appearance. They go by how you make them feel, how you bring joy to their life or something. So there are ways to bypass that. And men that really don't care, they tend to do that. But see, the thing is though, like I found out when I was doing photography, as a man, you have to be doing something that you are around or you attract the attention of a lot of women. That way, you will have some women that will like you within that bunch. But that's the only other way. So you have to either work somewhere, be in the profession that you are a teacher or instructor, even a class or something that you're around a lot of women, and therefore it will work for you. If you are in men only spaces, you're going to have a problem meeting those types of women. To also double down on is not all women. I've seen women that will ride or die with dudes that are homeless, that's on the street. Of course, that's in and out of jail. And the thing is, though, those dudes could be giving her emotional high or something, giving her danger. But again, I will see a woman struggle with a dude and seem like she loves him half to death. So There are women that will bypass it, but the thing is, though, those women may have tattoos. They might have a little bit of a body count. That's the thing right there. I do think the more virtuous a woman is, or the more that she's real selective of the man that she gets, the only con with that is she may not choose you, and she's probably looking for the bigger, better deal. Not in all cases, but yeah, that's why I'm real careful when saying all women. That's why I usually will say 70, 80% of women. I'm not even sure if 80% is exactly right, but it's definitely over 60, it's over 50. It's definitely 60% of women will go for definitely superficial stuff. Then there's the women that I believe go exactly for how you make them feel. Depending on their home life, they may pick a guy that may not be good for them because they're giving them the same type of feeling that their relationship with their father or whatever it is that they're missing in their life, they're getting from him.
The problem is that there aren't any of these women or these, there are only these. You all want all of these things. The problem is in the way that your brain processes information. So here I have higher level processing. I drew math for abstract thinking. This is a list. This is a plan for what you actually want in a man. And then the mid-level processing is things like identity and culture and family. And then the low-level processing is like, oh my God, a baseball, get out of the way. Or, that hamburger smells good. Or, ooh, that guy looks good. Look, he's got all money and muscles and stuff. So this type of thinking happens immediately when you see something, and this type takes a little time. You have to get used to things and develop connections and identities. And this type, you have to sit down and actually really focus your mind and get into a different state of brainwaves. These things come from lower level processing. These things come from middle and higher level processing. So the reason that women treat men like this is because we used to live in communities with much more equal treatment and evaluation, but now everybody has a phone with strangers.com installed on it so that you can go, no, 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 no. Ooh, yes, ooh, there we go. And the guys who hit you on that low level processing are very small in number, whereas guys think that a lot of women look good right away. So there are none of these women or these women, there are only these women, but these things are divided up into fast, medium, and slow thinking. And when you change a culture so that everyone interacts with each other in a very shallow way, women end up thinking like this about men more often and like this about them less, because you don't have time to get to know them. So if you're a woman and you want to test this theory, get a dating app and count how many men you swipe left and how many you swipe right. Usually I see something like 1 to 25. So there's no bad women and good women. It's the fact that now that we have phones, most women are constantly thinking with their stupid brains, and men too. It's just that when we do it, we are still fair about your overall value. Okay, so women using stupid brain are very, very picky about men, and they end up getting themselves in bad situations that are not going to work out for them. And the phone makes everybody use stupid brain all the time. Swipe, 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 swipe. Things like this take time. You got to see guys like this every day before you see them as viable. So the more we use this, the less we will have this, and the more we will have this, and these guys are very tired. I hope that helps, all right? This doesn't exist, only this exists, and this is you normal, and then this is you on the phone.
Now, while I did disagree with him that it's all women in real life on dating apps, he's absolutely right. And he probably has a lot more experience on dating apps than what I have. Because I think he said when he was younger, he was like a Chad, okay? And then he got a little older and he went down a little bit. I'm going by a past video of his that I could swear he said something like that. For me, my experience, I do think that dating apps make women very shallow. Because I know when I was on here, my matches was few and far between. And the women that did pick me, not only was they not my physical type, they wasn't my personality type either. So it was a big disconnect there. It wasn't a thing of, wow, she likes a lot of the same things I like. No, she wasn't my type. And maybe I decided to like, okay, let me see where this goes. That has worked in real life sometime when it's someone that I see we have a lot of things in common and but yet they're not exactly physically what I would want. but we get along well, and I say, okay, let's see how far this go. When I was on dating apps, trying to see where we can fit, even if we had certain things in common, like whether it was video games or a certain anime or something. Once they start saying certain things, I got totally turned off, and obviously they got turned off when I say certain things, and it went nowhere. Whereas I know if I was a certain type of guy, she would have probably bypassed that, or either she would have humbled down and been a little less confrontational on the dating app. So yes, for a man, if you're not Chad or Tyrone, I would say definitely get off the dating apps because we see how the women are picking. They're trying to pick like us, but the thing is though, it doesn't work because for men, our list is low. We just want a woman that's halfway attractive or very some want the very attractive, but we'll take someone that's less attractive, but they treat us well, they act nice, we get along well. For them, you get the height, the lifestyle, is a bunch of things in which I kind of get that because if you're going to pair up, a man typically is going to take care of a woman. Now, another thing that's not really explored here on his video, and I have to see, well, I'm pretty sure he has a graph for it, but I think women go through certain stages in life that it shifts of what they are looking for. This is why I think a lot of men do go for women that are a little younger, that's 25 or a little bit younger, like 23 or something. Because when they are younger, a lot of times they're just looking to have fun, have experiences. They might have a list, but usually their list is going to be worse once they get older by that. Once they get 30, especially once they have kids, then it starts being a thing that they want a man to have this, that, and this. It, I think it gets less of how you make them feel, unless if they don't have no kids. Or, like in some cases, I know, because I know some women that are in their 30s or a little bit older, that once again, they are ride or die with those street dudes. Okay? Whether they're living on the street or they're just surviving. I don't judge people, but a lot of times I'll come across people, and sometimes, especially since I have this channel, sometimes I will do like an interview and ask them. I'll ask them questions, especially if they look attractive enough for me. I'll ask them like, "Hey, how are you doing? Are you with a guy? What's going on?" And a lot of times they'll say maybe even if they say that he's a piece of trash or he's in jail or something like that, they still have their back and they still is sticking there. Okay, and that's a funny thing too. They'll stick with those types of dudes, but a guy that's trying to do the right thing, trying to take care of them, and let's say he has a lapse, maybe he has a job adjustment, like maybe he has to cut back on hours or he loses a job and he has to downgrade or something like that. Those women will leave that man quick. But men that's I that's why I say how you make a woman feel is so much more important than almost anything else that you can give or do for her. Because it seems like women respond the most with that. And that's a big reason why I do want to travel and meet women that way because I understand now you have to have emotional leverage when you are dealing with women that you are meeting out there. If you're not making them feel anything and they just look at you on a spreadsheet like, okay, he checks these boxes. I'll get with him, maybe have a kid with him, maybe marry him. But I'm not feeling this no more. I don't think this happens for the dudes that they have a strong feeling attachment to. Because again, while he has his anecdotal evidence when he be making his graph, I have my real life anecdotal evidence that I see women that will ride or die for dudes that don't have the money, may not even be that tall. They the only thing that I can probably think is that they give them emotional high safety, whatever it is that that woman really values, that man gives them, and she stays there. So if you're not giving the woman that, or you don't see that kind of dedication from her, get out of that. I changed the video a little bit. So, and this is why I can't say it's all women, but the thing is, though, is finding those types of women, and then it always seems like those kind of women that will go through the death for the dude, they don't pick really good dudes to do that for. And also, those women are not the most wholesome women. Those women, as I say, tattoos, maybe they are into some shady things. I mean, like, it's wild out here. It's wild. Give me a like and subscribe, and have a good night.
Previously on the Smurfs. Smurf Village in progress, and all the Smurf guys were trying to holler at Smurfette. Handy Smurf pulled up, about to build Smurfette a whole new house. She was not impressed.
I don't want no wood house. Where the bricks at?
Damn, who the hell told this Smurf about bricks? Girl, I smurfed all day and night on this masterpiece. What you think?
Oh my God, this is trash.
Damn, girl, why you gotta smurf me like that? Smurfette, you like romance novels? I wrote one just for you. 50 Shades of Smurf.
Get away from me, fool. You know I can't read.
Uh-oh, it's Hillbilly Smurf, dropping a gift basket of rocks.
Watch where you smurfing, you smurfing ass smurf.
Tarzan Smurf to the rescue.
Wow, finally a real smurf.
What? You gonna choose this broke-ass Smurf over us? Yeah! Smurfette was gone. They about to go to the woods and smurf.
Yeah! Dollar bills, keep you falling from me. I love the way I feel, boss. Some money, dropping on my money. Drop some money on a sister, yummy, yeah. Flicking, right at things I like. Buy, stopping in my ass tonight. Some money, dropping on my money.